Hi guys, welcome to Giant James's Kitchen. I'm not Giant James, I'm Cassie, and I'm hosting for today. And today I want to teach you guys how to make my variation of the soup that I love to drink the most when I'm ill, which is chicken noodle soup. So it's very comforting, it's very warming, and this is also good if you have a leftover chicken from, let's say, if you cook a whole chicken and you've got leftover bones or leftover meat. I actually prepared earlier some chicken legs that I made that I'm going to use instead because I didn't have a whole bird. But most of the time you can just use leftovers because it doesn't matter what quality the chicken is. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Let me just make sure that this chicken is fully cooked. Yeah, there we go. It can be a little bit undercooked because we're going to boil it anyway. So just checking that it's most of the way there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get all the chicken meat off the bones like this. Off, off, off. Okay, so we're just going to add the chicken meat in at the end at the last minute because otherwise, I'm going to get a knife. Otherwise the chicken's going to overcook. Okay, so get the chicken off the bones. There we go. It's very hard to do when I've only got one eye working. Sorry about the hat, everybody. My eye is really hurting and it's gone really red, so I want to hide my face because I can't put on makeup. So, okay. So remove all the chicken from the bone, just like that. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bones of the chicken and we're going to make a little bit of a chicken broth. That's good. I'm actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that today. But if you have more time, you can use the chicken bones and you put them in the pot with some boiling water and you make a chicken stock out of the bones. But I have to catch a plane tomorrow morning, so I've got to go home and pack. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to use this chicken broth here. But while I'm at it, I'll try and get off all the chicken from the bones. So this is even more like a vegetable soup, okay? There's lots of good vegetables, so it's good for when you're sick. You get in your vitamins, and then you don't have to chew so much, you know. Okay, this is all rubbish. I don't need that. It's going to keep probably. Okay, very nice. Okay, so that's my big pile of chicken. Delicious. Then I'm going to chop up the onion and the ginger. The ginger is important because ginger is good for when you feel unwell. It soothes your stomach. Okay. So we're just going to roughly cut up. This is all like a country style soup. So you don't need to chop it finely or anything. Just chop it all up and chuck it into the pan. My knife skills are no good today because of my eyes. Okay, I'm going to put that into the big pot there. This one also into the big pot. Take that bit out. Okay, so one whole onion is what you need. Tops and tails. Just slowly stir that until the onions go a little bit see-through. And then we can put in the rest of our stuff. Let's put in our ginger. Again, it doesn't matter what size everything is because it's all just going to be boiling away for a nice long time. The longer you boil the soup, the yummier it is. Some ginger in there. And of course, always season as you go along. That upside down, and some salt. There we go. Okay, start putting in some rosemary. This is just to make a base. And some thyme. So the difference between rosemary and thyme is thyme has the little baby leaves and rosemary have the big long leaves. And thyme goes really nicely with chicken. So does rosemary. Also, rosemary is a good herb to have with lamb. So yeah, it's yummy. Okay. So everybody has their own sort of recipes for chicken noodle soup. This is just how I make mine when I'm not feeling well. So I don't know whether this is the proper way to make it, but I do usually make my own chicken stock with the bones and some vegetables. But today, because we were shooting earlier, we're running out of time. So I figured I'd use a shortcut. Okay. There's some water. Put some water in there. Okay. And some pre-made chicken stock. The water is just to dilute it because I find this stock to be a little bit too salty. Okay, so we're just going to let that boil for a bit. I'm going to add some celery. And some carrots. And I've got to make sure that it's nice. It's got to be boiling, and so the vegetables can boil nicely too. This is actually, no, this is less of a chicken soup. It's more of a vegetable soup with some chicken in it. Okay. I like a lot of fresh herbs, and I know some people don't, so you can choose to put as much as you want or as little as you want in the soup. Okay. Wow, it's boiling so hard. Okay. So you usually, if you have the bones in the soup, then you will boil the bones for usually about 1 hour to make something like this. But this is fake. I'm fake. I'm cheating. So I'm boiling away. I'm going to turn this down to a bit of a simmer because I don't want the soup to evaporate. So okay, turn this down, and I'm going to turn this up, and this is for the pasta. So this is a super simple dish. I don't have a lot of stuff. Why is this not going? Okay, so my water is boiling away over here. So finishing steps, I'm going to add this pasta, which is farfalle pasta, which is like little bow ties. Cute. And it says on the packet to cook for 10 minutes, but I'm going to cook it for only 8 minutes and then put it in here, okay? So just this much. I don't think it needs to be very much because we already have the dumplings inside. Okay, wait for that. Oh, I forgot to put salt in the water. Okay. It smells good. It smells good, smells good. The dumplings, you can see they're cooking away. None of them have fallen apart yet. Try not to be too optimistic. So right now I'm adding some smaller bits of carrots. So these won't be fully cooked through. So they'll be nice. They'll add a little bit of texture to the soup, so you can have a little bit of something crunchy to eat. Okay. So these, you can see these are much smaller cubes than the other carrots that I put inside. I love carrots. And the carrots add like a sweetness to the soup. Okay. I'm gonna start putting in some of the chicken. Okay, so this is already cooked chicken, okay? Don't try and make this with raw chicken. This is pre-cooked roast chicken. Maybe remove the skin, because that's too oily otherwise. Don't worry, my hands are clean. I know this looks gross, but. So we add chicken meat for that extra level of, so it doesn't feel like you're just drinking clear soup. It feels a little bit more substantial. Quite good, yeah? Not bad, not bad. If I were you guys though, if you are gonna not make your own stock, I wouldn't recommend this one because it's too salty. Try and get one that says sodium free on the box. Because otherwise, your chicken, if it's already cooked, will probably already be quite salty. So you don't want so much sodium, especially if you're not very well. And also, you guys can see this fat on the top. You can take it off if you have a little strainer, and you can just take it off like that, but I can't do that because this is just going to waste the soup. Okay, pasta. Drain. Wow, that's a lot of pasta. Shit. A lot more than I thought I had. Okay. Just gonna put half of that in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna ramp up the heat. Okay. Make it really nice and hot. Just stir everything together. So you can see it's like it's a proper meal. It's not just a little soup. Chef Cassie. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, everybody. I promise when I return from my vacation, I will do the best episode of all time. Promise. Okay. So we're just gonna plate up. There's not a good way of really to present this beautifully. It's just sort of a soup. Where's some of the little pastas? Looks like they look like MTR signs. Okay, and just finally with a twist of black pepper. And there you have it. That's my favorite chicken noodle soup recipe that I like to have when I'm sick at home. And I'm feeling kind of sick today, so I thought I'd make it. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay, bye.